everyone, it's Bob McCraney with This Month in Realty, and today I'm super happy to have back Andrew Hersey. Now, Andrew is an agent with Star One Realtors in Cincinnati, Ohio. Andrew, tell us about the market in Cincinnati.
So we've seen some changes, nothing crazy and out of control. Right now, there are in Hamilton, Butler, Claremont, and Warren counties, not counting new construction and single family homes, with 1,132 active listings. That's up 6.8% from December 1st of last year when we were at 1,055. So yeah, it's 6.8%, but it's only a couple listings more. So it's nothing crazy. Where we're seeing the biggest change is year over year on the pending side. As of 11/1/21, we had 2,528 pending. So we don't have the numbers out for November yet. These are October's numbers. We don't really get numbers out till mid-month because MLS stuff, people putting stuff in late.
Right.
So as of 11/1/21, we had 2,528 pendings. As of 11/1, November 1st of this year, we had 1,780, and that's down almost 30%, 29.59% year over year. Now, breaking it down a little bit closer and month to month, it's down 4.8% from 1,870 to 1,780. So that's not terrible. And then active listings, single family and condos are down 4.9% month over month from September to October. So that's not crazy. 30% down on pendings is a little worrisome, if you will. But the average sales price year over year is up 5.5%. From last year, November 1st, it was 280 and some change, and November 1st of this year was 296 and some change. However, September of this year, it was at 300 and some change, and that's down 1.4% month over month from September to October. So we'll have to see what November brings with the average sales price, and that's single family and condo. But that's it's not down a lot, but down 1.4% when we're used to seeing large increases is it's a little worrisome for some people. And then looking at numbers with active listings and how many went pending in the past month. So we look back at February of this year, there were 1,037 new listings in February. And at that point, at the end of February, 76% of those were pending and 16% were still active, with 7% that had sold within that month. November, 1,036 new listings, 48% were pending, and 41% are still active, with 6% sold. So we're not seeing everything go under contract as soon as it hits the market like we were earlier this year, which is good for buyers. Buyers are stressing out about enough stuff with interest rates, which have actually come down a little bit, but they're not anywhere near where they were earlier this year. So it is nice that buyers have an opportunity to sleep on it and think about it. In most cases, not every case, but in most cases, we have an opportunity to sleep on it. Now, looking at yearly numbers, and we're getting close to the end of the year. So based off of November sales, so far this year, we've sold 19,856 houses in Hamilton, Butler, Claremont, and Warren counties. The average that we sell in December since 2015 is about 1,736 houses. So that puts the estimated at 21,592, which is the lowest since 2015 when we had 21,855. And that would be down 13% from last year in sold houses when we had a little over 24,000 sold last year. So we're going to see a decrease in closed sales this year. Lowest numbers since, like I said, 2015. And it all kind of came screeching to a halt, I would say September or so, because we were still kicking in January to August, but then September came along and slammed on the brakes.
And when did they raise the interest rates? Right around that time.
Might be a correlation. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it couldn't be connected. So with all this activity going on and the new year, I think looking pretty promising, how are you suggesting people price their houses right now?
So it's actually a little tricky. We have to kind of go back to, we talked a lot about going back to the basics. And when we look at going back to the basics, we have to go back to how to price correctly. I'm using list price. If I'm going back 6 months, I'm looking more at list price versus what they sold for.
Okay.
And I'm comparing off of the list price versus the sold price, because 6 months ago, we were still in the multiple offers, above list price, going a little bit crazy. And that's not where we're at right now. So we're really having to look and see what they were listed at, and then back off or add from there based off of the adjustments needed to be made. So it's a little bit more complicated now than it was, but it's something that we've done before. Most of us, I've done it before. I lived and worked and breathed before crazy 2020, 2021. And so we're just kind of having to go back to pricing correctly and pricing aggressively so that buyers come in. And we're not telling sellers right now that there's going to be a bidding war, because there may not be, and we may be on the market for 14 to 30 days, and that's fine. There's not a problem with that. It's just the change in market.
Especially at the holiday. Yeah.
Exactly. The holiday, it's seasonal. Inventory is still low, but it's not a crazy seller's market like we've seen the last few years. So it's really all about setting expectations with the sellers and letting them understand that it's not like your friend who sold their house last year. It's not going to be like that. So just setting those expectations is very important right now.
Cool. What's the coolest thing, the fun thing to do in the winter there in Cincinnati?
There's actually a lot of fun stuff. If you like ice skating and cold weather, the zoo, we have the Cincinnati Zoo is one of the top rated zoos in the country, and they have the Festival of Lights, which they start setting up in August and September when the zoo's getting ready to wind down the season. But they set up the lights, and it's an amazing light display. So we're going to go check that out. And there's ice skating on Fountain Square downtown.
Oh, cool.
And new this year, Summit Park has an ice skating rink in Blue Ash for us in the suburbs that maybe don't want to drive all the way downtown. So there's plenty of ice skating options, and the Festival of Lights is a must do in Cincinnati.
That's too cool. Okay, so Andrew, how would somebody reach you?
Yeah, my phone number is 513-835-5506. I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Andy Hersey Realtor, and I am on YouTube as well as Andy Hersey Realtor.
Okay, come back next month.
Will do.
Okay, tune in next month to hear more from Andrew and other real estate experts around the United States and Canada. Take care.